Hey everyone, Matron here bringing you another StarCraft 2 commentary, this time Game 2 of the Best of 3 series in the Round 2 matchup between Sixjack's DDE and Liquid HuK in the MLG Dallas National Tournament. We do have HuK here spawning as the Red Protoss, DDE spawning as the Blue Terran. Again, in this tournament, the red player is the higher seeded player, so HuK, the #1 seed of this entire tournament, just lost his first game against DDE here on Lost Temple. If you had not watched that one, I encourage you to go back and watch that. Usually sets the stage for the second game here. As we see, both players tried pretty interesting strategies. DDE went with some early Marine into Banshee pressure, and then HuK went with a early robotics facility, pumped out an Immortal, but it just was not very good against the Marine army of DDE. And then he tried Blink Stalkers at the end to try to take down those Banshees, and it was quite effective, but the Banshees were able to do so much economic damage to HuK's probe line that he was just not able to recover. The first map of each matchup is predetermined by the round, so in round 2 there we did play on Lost Temple, and all the round 2 games, the first matchup will be on Lost Temple. Afterwards, the loser is able to pick from a map pool, and it was the traditional Blizzard map pool from the beta and from the early SC2 release. So it does include Blistering Sands, and it does not include Jungle Basin. So it looks like HuK did pick Metalopolis here. With these close spawn positions by ground, we may see some early aggression by one or both players. Looks like both players getting, well, DDE getting pretty normal gas timing. HuK a little bit late on his gas here. DDE paying back HuK for all that early probe harass he likes to do by getting his own SCV in HuK's base and harassing. Looks like HuK's coming out with an early Zealot. No gas yet, so he may be going for a lot of early Zealot pressure here. If we see DDE did not see the gases being created yet, and just now the gas coming up, so we may see quite a few Zealots coming out for HuK here. He did save a lot of his Chrono Boost for it. We have 2 Zealots being Chrono Boosted, 1 on the way right now. See a Marine coming out for DDE. It looks like he is he's going to try to find that probe, a good hiding place for that probe, as if you hide right above there, if the Marine goes into the smoke here, it's sometimes hard for him to see. So a lot of players will dart in and then dart back out, and they won't see that probe hiding. So we do see this Zealot coming across. The SCV's coming out to tank for the Marines here. The Marines are going down. It looks like HuK was not able to take down either Marine there, but both Marines very low. And HuK coming with another Zealot. No more Marines coming out. So this could spell trouble for DDE. Just these 2 Marines going to have to do an expert job kiting. HuK is going to be able to take down some mules here if he chooses to. It looks like he's not going to get much done with that Zealot. Another one on the way. So both Marines here very low. DDE now getting out a Colossus. Is he going to get out that concussive shell to try to take down the Zealots with that slow? It looks like he's not going to yet. He is instead throwing down a bunker. So HuK is going to have to come back with the Zealot there. One thing that just happened was DDE was creating a command center, and then he canceled that, and now he's throwing up 2 more barracks. So HuK may think that this is a going to be a macro game, that his opponent is getting up a fast command center, but instead DDE is getting up 2 more barracks. So according to HuK's vision, he did see that command center, and he does not know about the cancel yet. So we may be seeing a 4-gate play from HuK here, as he does have 3 gates down right now complete, and a pylon coming down. His warp gate tech is about halfway complete. See a number of Stalkers coming out, so it might be 3-gate with some early units coming out of those gateways. DD will have enough units if he continues to pump out of these barracks. He did get that tech lab down, now going for stim as well. I'm not sure that's going to finish by the time HuK wants to attack. Just 20 more units of time on that warp gate tech. See HuK preparing more pylons to get his food count a little bit higher so he can warp in more units, and we'll see if these units move out towards DDE's base. We see 4 Stalkers and 2 Zealots, along with anything else that HuK is going to warp in from this proxy. Going to be able to take on this this bunker here with the 1 Marauder and the 2 Marines, and then the 2 Marauders in the back supporting. Do see another group of Marines coming out of those 2 barracks in the back. Smart play by DDE here, putting those low Marines in this bunker. So we see now pushing up the front door of DDE here, going to try to take down that bunker. SCVs were out of position. They're not going to be able to repair the bunker. He did try to salvage that. I'm not sure if he was able to or if that was destroyed by HuK. Look at the losses for both players. DDE is taking the most right now, 700 resources lost compared to HuK's 450. Now moving up these Stalkers, not sure what he's doing with these with his Zealots here, as he needs to have those Zealots leading the charge. Those Stalkers are taken down quite easily by the Marines and Marauders with the stim up. Now stims run out, and now DDE is going across to HuK's base. Do see a few sentries and the Stalker retreating back to HuK's base, going to try to defend against this push. But this is quite a push coming from DDE, especially with stim, going to be able to focus down those Stalkers very easily. See the factory coming across to give vision to the high ground. Gonna have to watch the timing on the stim here. He doesn't want to stim too early, as he does not yet have medevacs. The stim going out, going to try to pick off as many units as he can. HuK is going to kite away from that stim best he can, focusing down those sentries first so they can't throw up any more force fields or guardian shields. And now just going to take down the remaining few Stalkers. Those Stalkers are targeting that factory. They need to get on these Marauders. Marauders very powerful against those Stalkers. DDE is streaming in more and more units to try to continue this push against HuK. HuK has thrown down a Nexus here. If he can survive this early pressure from DDE, he could take the economic advantage and really push out with his mostly gateway units here. See DDE working on his own command center right now, having to pull back the pressure while he sinks 400 minerals into this command center. The Stalker is trying to take down the factory. The factory is going to make it back to this back part of HuK's base. He's not going to see any hidden tech. So now that this factory is burning, the Stalkers are going to come back to the front here as a stimmed up Marine. A single guy came in to try to harass those probes. Probes were pulled off the line by HuK. And now moving out these Stalkers are going to be able to chase down these units that just do not move as fast as the Stalkers unless they're stimmed up. So we see the stim from DDE throwing up a bunker of his own here, also pulling off a number of SCVs, perhaps to repair up that bunker if he thought HuK was moving in. Does need to try to scout and find that pylon, as that's going to give HuK a pretty big advantage, being able to warp in units on the offensive here. If we look at the Army tab, we see 1375 compared to the 750. DDE needs to get that bunker filled up with some Marines and Marauders here. Bunker's about to go down. We see the stim coming off. He's able to take down that bunker there. Now he needs to focus down those Marauders, as they're going to be doing most of the damage against those Stalkers. Perhaps micro back some of the Stalkers as they get low. We see some Zealots coming in. They're going to be very powerful against those Marauders. Does need to get those Zealots to the front line. Zealots need to engage the Marauders, not the SCVs. The AI will have them attack the SCVs, so HuK doing a good job of pushing in against those Marauders with the Zealots. Now just pulling back here. It looks like DDE is going to GG there, so not much of a fight after HuK was able to push in with those Stalkers. So with the early pressure there, he was not able to breach the front door of DDE, but he was just able to macro up a little bit better than DDE there and get out, looks like 4 gates, just constantly produce off them and push in with a nice small Stalker army compared to the very small Marauder and Marine army of DDE. DDE is timing on that orbital command while he wanted to keep up with HuK there. It looks like that might have cost him in the unit counting station, and he was just not able to recover against the superior Protoss army. So HuK was able to even up this series 1-1. And now we'll move on to Game 3. So this will be DDE's map choice. So we'll see what he chooses, as he was trying to knock out the #1 seed to this MLG Dallas tournament. So I'll cast Game 3 right now. Hope to see you there.